Hello everyone, and welcome to another first impression video. I'm your host WizardKen, and today's tank that we're going to be looking at for our first impression video is the Chinese Tier 8 light tank, the WZ-132. Now, on these first impression videos, what I usually do is I buy the tank. Sometimes I take it out a couple of times before I do these videos, but pretty much we try to get our first impressions, our first thoughts of what these tanks are and how they work and different things like that. We try to learn them a little bit together. Now, during this whole series of the Chinese light tanks, a lot of these tanks have been pretty much very similar in the way they act and stuff like that. The WZ-131, which was an excellent Tier 7 light tank, pretty much acts just like the WZ-132, and we're going to be showing that off today. Now, hopefully you guys will get a good amount of information out of this and hopefully learn something about this tank and whether you want to go down this line or not, because if you look at the tech tree, which we're going to look at really quickly, is that, as you can see, you pretty much go down light tanks all the way up until Tier 5, where you hit another or a first medium on this line, and then it splits off. I decided to go down the light tank line because I don't have any light tanks that are that high tiered, so I really wanted to get the higher tier light tanks, and as you can see, I will eventually go down the medium and heavy line, but the light tank and medium tank actually end up eventually together at the tier 9, where you get a tier 9 medium and then a tier 10 medium. So that is our goal in this series, is to eventually reach the tier 10, which we are almost there. So anyways, on this video we're going to be talking about the stats. We're not going to be going over the armor. Usually I do that with majority of the tanks that we look at, but since this is a light tank and they are usually really lightly armored, we're not going to really inspect them to see what's a weak spot and what's not a weak spot, because this is a tier 8. You will be seeing tier 9s and tier 10s majority of the time. At least that's what matchmaking does for light tanks. You usually don't see just your tier 8. You know, I'm not going to be top dog in tier 8. I'm always going to see a tier 9 and 10, or just a tier 9. So anyways, that being said, let's jump into the stats and then we'll get into a game and see how this tank works. Alrighty guys, so let's look at the stats for the WZ-132. Now the hit points on this thing is 1050, which is a little bit better than the WZ-131, which had 880. Now the thing that sucked about the WZ-131 is that you were seeing tier 8s, 9s, and 10s, where the WZ you're only seeing some tier 8s, but mostly tier 9s and 10s. Now we do get an increase in hit points, but unfortunately it's still not enough to really you know, stand a lot of hits from a tier 9 and tier 10. I mean, some of those tier 10s, like the Death Star, the FV-215B 183, is going to one-shot you. I mean, I don't know why he would waste a round on you, but I've done it in the past. I just did it the other day on a live stream. So sometimes we do that just to get rid of the scouts so that you don't have an eye. You know, the enemy doesn't have an eye on us and spotting us and stuff like that. So the hit points will help you, but you're still the smallest little thing out there. So make sure you, you know, stay back and keep your distance and stuff. Now, the speed on this thing is 64 kilometers per hour, which will allow you to be able to stay away from people pretty easily. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of speed. You know, you're pretty small compared to most tanks. You should be able to get in and out of situations pretty easily. Especially if you put yourself in the midst of all the enemy and stuff. So hopefully that'll get you out of there. Now, the whole armor on this thing, like I said, we're not going to really go in depth on this because it doesn't have a lot of anything in the sense of armor. The whole armor is 50 on the front, 25 on the side, and 20 on the rear. And the turret armor, 55 on the front, 35 on the side, and 20 on the rear. Now, that's with the 100 millimeter last package hull or turret on it. So I have bounced a couple things off of this thing, but it was very lucky. It's probably the other person had a very bad roll, or I was just so angled running away or something like that, it bounced. But pretty much majority of the time, you're not going to bounce with this thing. Any tank can pen you out there at any of those tiers that you're going to be facing. So do not rely on the armor at all with light tanks. You're supportive. You're not supposed to be in there kicking tons of ass and stuff. I mean, you can, but you just need to be very careful in how you do it. Now, there are 2 guns that you can get on this tank. Actually, before I get into that, there are 6 packages altogether on this tank. One line is an 85 millimeter line, and another one is a 100 millimeter line. And really the only difference between the two is that one's a 100 millimeter and the other one's an 85. And they do have different stats that we're going to talk about. So starting with the 100 millimeter, the rate of fire on this thing is 7 rounds or 7.06 rounds a minute. So you're going to get a decent amount of rounds off in a minute. Now the penetration on this thing is 189 and the damage is 250. So you're still going to have problems with some of those heavily armored tier 9s and tier 10s. But you know what? I've had some fun with this tank, and I've been able to really get in there and damage some of these even E100s and stuff like that when they give me their sides. You're just going to have to change it up a little bit. You know, with the WZ-131, I was able to go in there and, you know, I could pen a lot of those tanks I was going against. You know, but now that I'm in the 132, I'm seeing a lot more tier 10s and tier 9s than I did with the WZ-131, and I'm having a harder time, and so I'm going to have to adjust my play style with this tank a lot more. Now, if I use premium rounds, you know, I do 244, you know, penetration, but I'm really trying to save my silver up as much as possible because I'm trying to get the tier 9 medium tank right after this. So money is an issue. So we're trying to run everything with just regular armor piercing rounds. So anyways, let's move from that to the 85 millimeter and talk about the rate of fire, penetration, and damage, and then we're going to go back and look at the aim times and accuracy on these 2 different guns, just to have, you know, show the differences in them. Now the 85 millimeter has shoots 10.91 rounds in a minute. So pretty much if you have a good enough crew, stuff like that, you're going to shoot about 11 rounds in a minute, which is not bad at all. That's a decent increase from the 7 rounds in a minute. But going from 189 penetration, you drop down to 172 with the 85 millimeter, and the damage on 100 millimeter is 250 damage, where on the 85 you drop down to 200, which it kind of sucks a little bit. So you are losing on everything except for rate of fire. Your rate of fire does increase. Now remember, this 85 millimeter is only a tier 8 gun, where the 100 millimeter is a tier 9 gun. So keep that in mind, that you are getting a little bit better penetration of damage with that 100 millimeter. Now, the other thing I want to point out too is looking at both of the aim times on this tank. The aim times on, or not tank, but guns, the 100 and the 85 millimeter both have the same aim time of 2.29. So you're not gaining anything there. The only difference that you're going to see between these two in the sense of, you know, in the gun are the damage, penetration, and accuracy. The 85 millimeter actually has a better accuracy than the 100 millimeter, but not by much. The accuracy on the 100 millimeter is 0.36, where the accuracy on the 85 millimeter is only 0.34, which is, you know, a little bit better. It's 0.02 better. But the problem is that, is it really that much of a difference that you really want to change to the 85 millimeter? Is the reload time really that better that you want to change to the 85, you know, millimeter? My opinion, you know, I might be able to get more rounds downrange at my enemy, but the problem is if I can't penetrate them, what's the point of being able to shoot 100 rounds in a minute if you're not going to penetrate anything? I'd rather have a gun that can penetrate than you know, shoot a lot of rounds down there. Now, some people might think differently, especially on the WZ-131. A lot of people like the 85 millimeter. I still prefer the 100 millimeter, and I still prefer it now. So it's just an insight on, so you guys can think which way you want to go. And the reason why I even bring it up this time in the game, because you know, or on this video, because I usually don't talk about the accuracy and the aim time, is because there's 6 packages. You don't want to sit there and pay for all these different packages and then come to find out you like the 100 millimeter more or 85 millimeter more. It's something you're going to have to look at. That's why I'm putting it out there on this video, and hopefully it'll help you out. So anyways, that's enough with the stats. Let's take this tank out and see how it does. Alrighty guys, we're on Kamaran Assault. This is one of the old maps that just got redone on World of Tanks Xbox One, which is This map is pretty nice. I do like this map. As you can see, we are going to be facing pretty much all tier 10s, 1 tier 9 and 2 tier 8. So we are definitely going to have to be careful on this game. We're going to have to go out there and spot, and then, you know, try to hide and use any of the bushes and stuff like that to help us out. That is one of the cool advantages of being a light tank, is that you have really great camo. But anyways, as you can see, this tank's traverse, it's pretty nice. It's not bad. Wow, we're flinging it all over the place because of that speed that we have. It's pretty nice. We're going to try to get up into these trees over here and help out our teammates as much as possible. The gun traverse, or the turret traverse, is amazing, as you can see right here. But as I was talking about, let's zoom in real quick. That's taking a little while for our aiming circle to get in there, so that is one thing you need to keep an eye on. As I said, oops, that's the end of the map. I wasn't paying attention. I like the old, like, red lines and stuff. This black and white really screws with me. It really does. I don't know how well we're going to do on this map. I really don't. Just because there are a lot of tier 10s, and oh man, they have a back chat over here. There's a T124. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We've already been spotted. These guys are pushing. We don't have the team to be able to hold this side. We don't have enough people to hold this side very well. And I'm just, yeah, I'm just an easy target. Looks like our other side's doing pretty well though. But it does look like our side is the side the enemy team thought would be best to go down. And there's that stupid line again. As I said, getting caught up on that line, because I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on. Let's see. I'm hoping we'll get shots on these guys. There we go. A little bit of damage there. Guy doesn't know where I'm at. Probably wondering. Yeah, we probably either bounced it or he moved. One of the two. Alright, T62A got hit again. I would love to hurt that T124 to help my buddy out, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it. I wanted to track the Z-100 also, but it's not looking very possible. Might be able to hit his lower plate, but relying on that accuracy with this tank. Oh my god, there's the back chat. The one guy that's going to screw us over if we don't watch it. Yeah, we need to get out of here. We don't have the firepower to put up with this. But we do have some reinforcements coming in, it looks like. But we're just going to back up as much as we can so that we can hopefully help these guys out. They took care of it. You know, we haven't done amazing on spotting and stuff. But, you know, the problem is that we are going up against huge tanks right now. Some of them that can really outspot me. See, he even had a problem freaking seeing the side of the map, and that really sucks. It really does suck. See if we can get some spotting on some other people. Good job, guys. Might be able to, no? Maybe track them? Yeah, might have tracked them. That'd be good to do. It'd be good if we were able to track them. Let me see if I can go out here and help these guys out just a little bit on spotting. There's that T124, but I'm doubting we're going to be able to hit that little patch on the top. Dang, especially if he's moving. Come on, load in. Looks like the E100 is definitely running away. I am not liking this other tank being near me. Did take some damage off the E-100, but this is getting way too close for me. These guys are trying to use me as their shield, and that's not good. That's not good. I do not need to be someone's shield like that. That E-100 is still out there. I really don't want to get popped. There's another tank destroyer out here, so we'll just take it as carefully as we can. See if we can get over here. Nope. That's the line. The line is terrible. It blends too much into with the grass, and I'm just, yeah, I'm not happy with that. Really not happy with that. See if we can spot these guys a little bit. Ah, looks like the E-100 drowned himself. Alright, we got the T-110 E3 over there. See if we can go over here and maybe help our friends out by getting on the sides. Oh, never mind. I did pretty good on taking him out. We'll get a shot on this guy. There's Artie in the back corner. And we're just going to let our friends know we're on our way to get over to this artillery. Come help them out a little bit. There he is. 53, 55. Got one hit onto him. Alright. And that is it. Alright guys, so we made 28,000 in silver, 2,922 in experience points. We did 1,270 damage, 6 penetrations, 1 detection, 304 assists. So we really did not, or we weren't able to really get in there and be the scout that we needed to be. But, you know, the enemy team came into an area that's really wide open, and there's not a lot of coverage to sit there and just spot them and not be seen. So pulling back as much as we did probably saved our lives and allowed us to do more damage. Now, we only came in, what is that, 7th place, so that's a hard one. It's a hard one. The E-100, we did 227 damage to him. We did track him that one time. That's good. Just so you guys know, red means you actually did the full amount of damage to that particular module. If it turns red, that usually means like we took off the track or we destroyed the engine or anything like that. Yellow, like in this case, is we just damaged it. We didn't actually take it out or anything like that. So we did 3 shots on the T-62A. We did 779 damage, so he gave us majority of our points. We did 264 damage to the M40-43 and 136 assisting, and the IS-7 168 assisting. Like I said, we didn't do very much of this just because of, you know, our lack of ability to be able to get out there and really be efficient for our team. Alrighty guys, we're in Mines Standard Battle. We're going to be facing Tier 10s, Tier 9s, Tier 8s. Not especially a map I like to use my light tank on, but we will see what we can do. This is kind of a shorter, smaller map that I don't care for quite so much. Hopefully we can do something though. Let's try to go to the right. Now, we showed you on the first map, you know, unfortunately we had a lot of Tier 10s, and we just didn't have the opportunities that I was hoping for, but hopefully we can get some better opportunities on this game. Be able to get out there, spot some people, stuff like that. See what we can do. See what happens. Alright, we're going to spot one person there. Alright. See if we can knock this tree down the right way. Landed on the stupid rocks. Really don't want to get spotted out here. E75 detected. Oop. Ooh, gotta run. Another spot we want to be detected in. There's a WZ-120. This could be our next tank. Can we spot this other guy? Yes, we can. And he's using a rock over there. Help protect himself. Oh, we bounced it. We bounced it. We only spotted 2 people, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But it looks like our team split up pretty nicely. I'm wondering if we can make it back and run back down the other way. Not completely sure on this. I'm trying to find a way around the enemy so that we can get some good hits. Sitting up there did not seem like the best spot to go to try and get some good hits in on people. What do they have over here? There's a tortoise over here. Looks like he's probably going to die to these guys, which is nice. Means we might be able to get over here and help spot. I'm going to try to go the long ways around. Oop. Got over some shit. Let me get a shot on this tortoise. There we go. Help finish him off. You know, I know some people will say, oh, that's kill stealing. Well, the thing is, I'd rather have that E100 use his rounds on something better than the freaking little bit of damage he's going to do on the tortoise. You know, he can do a lot of damage if he's using his bigger gun. I wonder if that guy's still there. Yes, he is. And that's okay. Because we could just peck at him. That'll make him have to run to a new spot. Oh, crap. Let's hope. Oh, we still hit him. That's good. It's always a good feeling. Get a good hit in there. There's a T-32 somewhere around here. And he is definitely using cover. Our team is definitely pushing, which gives me a little bit more of my courage to go out there and do stuff. Hit the stupid building. Oh, there's the waffle again. Oh, thank God somebody shot him. I was worried I was going to get shot. It looked like he was going to aim in on me. Alright, might be able to... Nope. Hit his upper plate, probably. See, as I said, you're still going to have problems with trying to pen people, even with the bigger 100. Now, we could use premium rounds, but we're trying to stay away from that. Just because I want to save as much silver as possible. The T-54, we should be able to pen. There we go. He's definitely focusing on that E100. Yep. Missed it that time. Yep. Well, we were spotted by him. But he's running away. For now. Still kind of scary to go out there and really push anything. See if I can make it up the hill without being seen or killed. T-95 is facing away from us. It's a good opportunity for us to get up here. Hit him in the tracks. Now he's screwed. He's screwed. I was lucky to be able to even go up that hill. Alright guys, so we got 38,000 in silver, 1,651 in experience points. We killed 2 people, so that's good. We did 1,542 damage, 7 penetrations, 2 detections, 158 insisting. So once again, we were not able to use our abilities better in that game. I was still kind of scared to go out there and do a lot of spotting just because I don't like that map. And we came in, was that 6? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So wasn't the most amazing, but hey, you know what? We did pretty well. I like that. 1,542, not bad. So the E75 we detected, helped do some damage, assisting damage on him. T32 we bounced and he was destroyed. 144 damage to the tortoise. And we were able to destroy him. The waffle, he's the one we got the most damage on, which is really nice. And we see what we damaged now was his gun. And then the T95, we did 440 damage to him, which was pretty nice. And then we detected the WZ-120, I think. No, we just shot at him. That's right, we shot at him and bounced it. And Moto 3 we spotted. T54E1 we did 1 damage, or 239 damage to him, so we got 1 shot into him. And we bounced the other one that we shot at him, so. Alrighty guys, so we're going to wrap up the first impression video by giving you my thoughts on this tank so far. As you can see, you know, with the WZ-131 we could see, you know, 8, 9s, and 10s because of how light tanks are structured inside of the matchmaking. But, you know, a lot of times we would see tier 8s and tier 9s, and we were able to do a pretty decent amount of damage, especially after we learned how to play the tank. And I said that there wasn't too much of a difference between the WZ-132 and the 131. There is a little bit, because you're going to mostly see just tier 9 and tier 10s. I mean, that first battle you saw all tier 10s. And then the second battle was, you know, a mixture of a couple different tanks. But one of the main problems with seeing mostly tier 9s and tier 10s is that the penetration. Your penetration is going to be your weakest link. And, you know, like, I'm trying to save silver. So one of the best things to do is probably to carry some premium rounds with this tank and stuff like that. The other thing, too, is we didn't get the greatest maps for me to be able to play on. I mean, the first map is a good map. It's just the enemy team was able to overpower us on that one side. And if we probably would have went the other way, probably would have went differently. Probably could have gotten maybe more points. But that's just the, you know, look at the draw. You know, you choose one way and probably the other way could have been better. Or you choose one way and it went amazing for you. You know, it's just going to take me more time to learn this tank. I mean, like I said, the 131 and 132 are kind of like the same tank, except you know you're getting tiered differently. You get different guns and stuff like that. I mean, of course the guns do more damage and stuff, but you know what I mean. I mean, they're pretty much act like the same tanks. They really do. They act pretty similar in the way they're played. It's just you have a lot more tier 9s and tier 10s you have to worry about with the WZ-132, and so what I used to do with the 131, you know, gameplay style that I was using, getting behind these guys and stuff like that a lot easier, is not as easy with tier 9s and 10s because a lot of those tier 10s can one-shot me pretty easily, and it sucks very badly. So I'm just going to have to practice a lot more with this tank. It's a challenge. It really is a challenge playing light tanks, but it's been a lot of fun trying to learn this stuff. Anyways, hope this video helped you guys out on at least looking at this tank. I am not playing it to its fullest potential because I am not a light tank player. Anyways, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to you guys. I'm WizardKen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, see ya.